wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Let's go Thursday. Cheerio. My world. Woo. I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Dia, let's go, baby. LFG Thursday, yeah, 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 yeah. You're radiant. You're radiant. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Dude, how we doing? This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great. So why are you complaining? You're on blue. Let's go. Yo. Let's go, 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 go. Dude, how we doing? You like that song, You're on Blue? Yeah, that's a good one. Sorry to cut it off, though. I'm getting into it. Getting in. We're gonna move fast tonight. All right? We're gonna move a little bit quick tonight because I'm gonna try and like crank out some videos this weekend. Jenny's going away for the weekend.
And so I'm going to be here just grinding it. Right? Thank you for covering Shantae's 60-minute appearance. Let's go. You're welcome. Yeah, man, that was like, dude, there's some crazy shit coming out now about Zorro Ranch and so on and so forth. It's fucking getting real, boss. It is, dude. This shit is getting real. Massage today? No. Nope. I now have massages on Tuesday. Let's go. She's your high school friend. Yes, I saw that in like the comments. That's crazy. JD the assassin. Bro, so just to give you a quick overview of what we're doing, we're going to look at the Scott Jennings epic fucking, right? 𝗙𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗀𝗏 rode your yesterday's shoe. I don't know what that means. So we're going to look at the Scott Jennings epic meltdown. Like, oh my God, dude. So I don't know if you guys remember, okay? But let me show you something. R.E. Scott Jennings, okay? Just check this out, okay? Because way back when, guys, okay, let me just show you. I want to show you something because way back when I made a video here, right here, this one from a year ago, okay? And it was about another meltdown of Scott Jennings and domestic violent energy. Scott Jennings explodes at a female panelist. And that was when 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗏 got under his skin and he like got all like up in her face, okay? And I made a video about him specifically about how, you know what, guys? I grew up with a father who was a domestic abuser. And there is a quality these guys have that is, it's like a really quick temper, but it is like a change of direction they do where once they cross a line, they just sort of become another person for a sec before they like tuck it back in. And when I saw him flip out on 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗏𝗏, I'm like, dude, that is the domestic violence energy. Like, I don't know if Scott Jennings has ever hit a woman, but I would not be surprised if he has. Absolutely. And tonight, though, the shit that he did with Adam Mockler, like just in the middle of this conversation, was the same thing. I am telling you, like, and in fact, it got me triggered. I even tweeted and was like, yo, Scott Jennings, if you want to get in the ring, I'm a little older than Adam Mockler, but if you want to work this out in the ring, bro, let's go. Because, dude, I would love to get in the ring with him and pretend he was like my dad, superimpose my dad's face on him, dude, and just beat the ever-loving, you know, dude. Oh, shit. No, not Adam Mockler, Scott Jennings. Dude, I don't want to beat up fucking Adam Mockler. Come on now. But yeah, so there is something to him that has this DV energy, guys, right? He, like, Scott Jennings has the DV energy, okay? He does. He absolutely does, man. He's a creep, dude. He is a creep. And now this is why I think, though, Scott Jennings, why he loves Trump so much, because Trump is a creep. Trump has the DV energy. And so we're definitely going to look at that. So that's what we're going to do. We are looking at the Mockler Jennings meltdown. Okay. We are going to look at the video footage they released, which really looks like AI. We're going to take a look at that shit from the White House Correspondents' dinner setup, shooting, false flag, incident. I don't know what to call it. Okay. And we are also going to look at the Ken Martin video, the one with Pod Save America. And then I do want to look at Ashley St. Clair kind of open one up on Erika Kirk. And I haven't watched the whole thing. I watched the first couple of minutes, but I'm intrigued by it. You know, I had somebody in a comment or replies today or something be like, stop talking about Erika Kirk and stop talking about Candace Owens. But like, guys, we have to talk about these people. Okay. Erika Kirk is trying to put her grooming org in schools all over the country, and merely ignoring these right-wing extremists is not going to make them go away. Okay. They're going to propagate and spread, and us talking about them is better than them controlling the narrative. It's important that we out these people at every possible turn. Now, you may have heard, I don't know if you've heard, but I predicted something a while back. I said Janet Mills should drop out because Graham Plattner was just kicking her ass. And Janet Mills did, in fact, suspend her Senate campaign. Okay, she dropped her Senate bid, right? She backed out, and she said she doesn't have any money, but she, I think she realizes that she's going down, right? That she couldn't win. So Janet Mills has dropped out, right? She was, I mean, dude, it's like, dude, Janet Mills, I mean, she could have been a great candidate, 25 years ago. All right, let's be honest. I mean, I do like the way she vivaciously went and, toe to toe with Trump. And she's, got a great legal mind, but she's also too old. We don't really need any more 75-year-old senators. We don't I mean, in North Carolina, I know we're about to have Roy Cooper, but, that's kind of pretty much a guaranteed win. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's important, right? Sam Cedar says the same thing about covering people like Tim Pool. Yeah, no, Natalie, it's true, guys. It is true. It's if we don't cover that shit, yes, somebody will search their name and all they will get is that right-wing fucking, that right-wing lens. That's why I think it's important to speak up about everything. And guys, I'm telling you right now, I actually believe part of the reason we got behind in the culture war is we stopped being active. Okay. We used to be really active in the culture war, like en masse, holding people accountable and not letting go of things. And during the pandemic, we kind of let it slide and we stopped engaging with that culture war shit. And it really gave them the upper hand. We have to be fighting back on this stuff always. All right. Always. Always. You don't like it? Dude, I don't like it either, but it's unfortunately, it's a responsibility we have, because they have they have a 24-hour media machine that is funded and coordinated. Those group chats that Ashley St. Clair was talking about. So unfortunately, we have to be like our own foot soldiers, right? Hold on, let me get these. It's true. Unfortunately, we do have to be our own foot soldiers in this mess, right? Because they have the group chats. All right. Let's go. Dude, we've been live for 10 minutes, boss. You know what I'm saying? Son of a Norwegian diplomat. oh no, dude, somebody off themselves? A Norwegian guy did? That sucks, bro. Dude, somebody off themselves? Who's the Norwegian guy? Paula White, let's go! Laura Trump, Caroline Levitt. Dude, oh my God. Dude, Laser McDanger, that reminds me. Have you guys seen this? Like, check this out, guys. Look at this. This was an image from, right? From the other day, boss. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. You ready? There. Look at that. Dude, look at it. This is so crazy. Okay? That, like, dude, Tiffany is like the only normal looking one. Right? Isn't that wild? Like, look at Laura's face. Her face is so, like, surgically altered, and so is Ivanka. They're both, like, super surgically altered. Dude, Tiffany is, like, the only normal one, guys. You know? Isn't that wild? Dude, it is insane how Laura Trump's face it's not real. It is not real. It is like a fake face. And, you know, this, though, really, I don't know if you saw these photos, but Ivanka put these photos up, like, behind the scenes of her magical night. But, I mean, look at how Hunger Games these people are, guys. You know what I'm saying? They are like living the Hunger Games and installing granite, like, walkways at the White House and shit. And meanwhile, like, most of America is scrambling, okay? I mean, dude, they're living the life of the Hunger Games, okay? Then look at this, though. This is wild, because you had this thing today, okay, where, you know, Peter 𝗙cie.
Oval Office, this is a first. President Trump, I was just told, has not even walked on the new black granite.
Okay, so they put black granite. There's a black granite walkway, you know, at the White House. Now, Trump says he paid for it himself. I don't buy that for a minute, okay? I don't buy that for a minute. But they put black granite outside the White House, okay? They put gold inlays all over this shit. He wants $400 million for his ballroom. Their family is running around like they're in the Hunger Games with flowing crazy robes and shit, okay? And just, these people are just living it up. Don Jr. and Eric are taking stakes in drone companies and you know, companies in the Middle East. Their family is pulling in like tens of millions of dollars every month, okay? You know, and Trump is taking a Secret Service entourage to his properties every other day and just overcharging them for water and food and lodging and just bilking our taxpayer money, all right? And meanwhile, guys, for us, we have this. Okay, let me show you what's going on with us. Look at this, guys. With us, it's this. The share of Americans who say their financial situation is getting worse is the highest it's been at any point in the last 25 years. It's like even worse. People are feeling even worse than they were during the pandemic, okay? In the pandemic, we felt like we were getting worse, but we were also getting, you know, a little bit of government subsidy. We knew it was a pandemic. Like, guys, we had basically recovered in 2024. I mean, look at this. We had like recovered. We had recovered from the pandemic. Jobs were pouring in. Like, the economy was robust. A lot of shit was coming together. And now, less than a year later, little over a year later, everybody is like, what the hell is going on? Absolute insecurity. People, like, the debt. People's debt to income ratio, guys, is out of control right now. People are going into debt just for basic survival. We're not even talking about going into debt for luxury purchases or going on vacation. We're talking about people going into debt simply meeting their month-to-month survival, okay? And then meanwhile, you know, Trump is like saying, oh, inflation's gone, prices are down, right? Everything's great, stock market's booming. The Dow. Yeah, no, it's rough. It is rough, boss. You know? Brutal. Brutal. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, foreclosures are way up, guys. This is from a couple days ago. Boop, 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 boop. Right here, guys. Look at, oh, I know. I can just go to media. I forget. I can go to the media tab. But this is an alarming statistic right here, guys. Where is it? It is this one, right? Home foreclosures are 26% up in the first quarter of 2026. That's insane, guys. That's in one quarter they have jumped, right? Like, isn't that nuts? That is so bad. And you know, when you have a home foreclosure, that is like wreckage. Okay, because not only are, you know, the banks are like closing in on an asset, but the people are like ruined. You know what I'm saying? The people are so screwed, dude. And today we had Donald Trump talking about you know, gas and how, oh, when the war's over, gas is going to come right down. Okay, like, let's find his little clip here. Dude, see, 𝗙liche𝗶�la𝗏, we should watch this one too. Because, dude, 𝗙liche𝗶𝗏 looks like she's had some work, bro. Like, she has opened up the work, boss. You ready? Let's see what we got here. Where's that clip? Dude. This guy, bro. Guys, I look at Trump and I'm just like, dude, this guy. You know what I'm saying? Right? This guy, dude. Oh, yeah, right here. Where he's like,
Biggest story out there. Bad things would happen. Yeah.
One of the ideas. The average price of a gallon of gas is now $4.30 in this country.
And you know what? And we're not going to have a nuclear weapon in the hands of Iran. The gas will go down. As soon as the war's over, it'll drop like a rock. There's so much of it. It's all over the place, sitting all over the oceans of the world. And it'll go down. But What won't happen is if Iran had a nuclear weapon and used it, then the whole world is a different place.
What about
You're
the
not going to have to
pictures?
pay
They have
a little bit more for
Republicans in the
gasoline. The oil will go down rapidly as soon as the war is over.
Okay, so first off, number one, no, the gasoline, the oil price will not go down instantly once the war is over. The supply lines have been broken. Okay, the infrastructure has been damaged. Everything, in order for that price of oil to go down, you know, it's like the pandemic. It was 2 years after the pandemic before the oil price came down. So once this bullshit ends, we've still got war in Ukraine. You still have Israel like pummeling Lebanon and shit, right? I know it's like over, but not over. Okay, so those gas prices, those oil prices are not coming down for a while. Okay, they may come down from 100 to like 80, but they are not going to come down instantly. It's going to take a long time. That's for starters. Okay, for number two, dude, the thing about the nuclear weapon, the Obama deal guaranteed Iran would have no nuclear weapon. Okay, there were checks. There were outside people who went into Iran and did routine checks. Okay, the Obama-Iran deal guaranteed Iran would never have a nuclear weapon. After this skirmish, there is no guarantee. We're not going to end this skirmish on friendly terms in any way, shape, or form. There is going to be no concession from Iran after this to guarantee a nuclear weapon. They're not going to open their doors to us. There's not going to be any like two-way communication. When this thing ends, everything that Iran does is going to go dark. And there's a very good chance that they actually will end up having a nuclear weapon. We just won't know about it. Okay? That is like, those two things are absolutely true. Okay? This whole thing is just fucking cockamamie bullshit. Right? But now, you know, the strait is closed, the oil prices are jacked, infrastructure is damaged, like alliances are frayed, right? Everybody is tense, the world economy's been disrupted, and there still won't be any guarantee that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon at the end of this. Okay? Now this is, you know, I feel like at the minimum is going to be a year after this thing before shit comes down. Fucking idiots, bro. But his buddies in the oil company are like, cha-ching, baby. Right? His oil company buddies are making big money. Big money. All right. Fucking jackass. Jackasses, boss. Dude, did he cry about Biden? All he does is cry about Biden, right? All right, let's get in here and look at some stuff. Let's start light. Let's start with the Ashley St. Clair, Erika Kirk stuff because it's cheesy drama and that'll get us going. Then we will jump to Mockler and Scott Jennings and then we will go to the White House Correspondents AI footage. All right, but we're going to start with Ashley St. Clair. All right, because it's cheesy and fun. Dude, where she is. Okay, there she is. Dude, I love this shit. But so Ashley St. Clair is now, you know, now that she is sort of, I guess, doing her pivot away from the right wing. Okay. She is, you know, I don't know. She's providing some pretty fun commentary on people. And you know what I like about it? Right? You know what I like about it? I like because she is actually like super well versed with what goes on behind the scenes with these right wingers, right? Like we sit here and we have a bunch of conjecture of how these right wing people are behaving when they're off camera and they're hanging out with each other. But like she knows She has sat at the tables with Elon and Mike Benz and the fucking Trump clan and all of these jackholes. She like knows what they're all doing. Dude, I love it. Get Ashley on the show, dude. We're working on it. All right? We're working on it. All right, you ready? Views starved. She sounds too smart to have been cozying up to these people. Well, you know what's interesting about this? And you know what's interesting about this, guys? Is like, I don't know why, but I was always like pretty surprised that Ashley St. Clair was a right winger. It did not make sense to me, guys, because she's not like overtly religious. She's smart and not like stupid, like, you know, arm candy type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she always had I don't know, like a brain to me that reminded me of not a right winger, you know, which is like, I mean, you could say the same thing about Candace Owens. Candace Owens started as a left-wing blogger, and I don't know what happens with people. Sometimes there are these like inherently left-wing people that just become right-wing figures. I don't know how that works. I honestly don't. You know, I've definitely seen it before where intelligent people that actually do believe in like abortion rights, and they're not like crazy evangelicals, but they become performatively right wing. You know, maybe it is money. Maybe it is money. Maybe it could be money. It could be, you know, audience growth. It could be that. It could be that, like, that's what sort of like started to grow their audience. Or, you know, sometimes it could be a relationship or a friendship or like, you know, an attempt to fit in with, you know, trying to move up a ladder or something. I don't know. It's very strange. You know, it could be as simple as what happened. Look at Cenk Uygur. Look at how he became a progressive. He got mad at George Bush about the war, lying about Iraq, and then he started becoming a progressive, and it blew up, and he just sort of went with it. But it started with him being mad at somebody, him feeling betrayed, and like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the other side. You know, you don't trust her? Yeah, so the thing about that is like, I don't know that I trust her either. Like, but I mean, you know, do I have to trust her? I mean, she's not watching my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving her the fucking password to my crypto account, right? You know what I mean? I mean, dude, I don't know that I have to trust her to meme her or to use her information in a Michael Cohen sort of way to give us access into the inner workings and to create drama. Because that's kind of the way I look at it, is I look at Ashley St. Clair as a tool for me to generate drama that like fragments and infuriates MAGA and the America First like coalition, right? She's like a tool. Like, oh, I want to piss off some MAGA today. Let's pull out the Ashley St. Clair, right? You're like, yo, yeah, no. I want to fucking trigger the shit out of MAGA today. What do we got in the bag? Yeah, all right, bring me the Ashley St. Clair. All right, fire it up. Get it ready. Yeah, we're going to fuck these bitches up. All right, thank you. Love you. Fuck off. Right? You know what I mean? Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. But yeah, I don't know. I did see some interactions with her and June, the transgender podcaster that goes by Onion Person, on the one who got banned by Elon I did see some interactions with her and June when she first kind of came around, and Ashley like decided to take her like anti-trans book out of circulation. I saw some interactions between them that seemed like I seemed rather heartfelt with Ashley. That like seemed like, all right, if there was somebody who's really trying to like eke their way out, this seemed a little realistic. You know what I'm saying? You know, now I'm not going to lie, guys. Okay. That I think, you ready? And hear me out on this. Don't get mad at me for saying this. I'm going to give you a disclaimer, but I think when people are pretty, they get like an easier road of getting out of MAGA, right? I think it's true. I think if a pretty woman or a pretty man decide, ooh, I'm over MAGA, I want to get out, people give them a little extra like, oh, okay, come to the side, as opposed to if there's some, you know, gnarly looking, like somebody that looks more hardcore. I think they get a little bit of the pretty privilege when they're trying to change squads. I've kind of noticed it seems like people are a little more receptive. I mean, it's sort of that case with everything. You say you don't, good for you, right? But I think a lot of times pretty people do they get excused a little bit easier. People are like, oh, okay. I mean, dude, she was Lincoln Project 2 days ago. Who was Ashley? Do you have the link? Yeah, I'd love to see that. No, it's true. Pretty privilege. Dude, I get it all the time. Dude, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, I get it. I get the pretty privilege all the time. People are like, dude, I get the what the fuck is that privilege? Oh, shit. Dude, yeah, you ready? All right, let's watch this. No, I would love to see her interviewed on fucking, Lincoln Project. But here we go.
I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
One of these things is not like the others. Who is advising Erika Kirk? Who is advising her? Because this woman just now responded to the 𝗙cie skit. And she puts it on par with being accused of murdering her husband and says that a comedian was putting her in whiteface, which that's not fucking real. Just from an optics standpoint, if you don't want to be accused of killing someone, maybe don't dress like an assassin. The 𝗙cie skit was objectively funny. Okay, and if that had happened to Charlie, if 𝗙cie would have made a skit about Charlie would have milked that for weeks. Okay, he would have made like 18 podcast episodes about it. He would have made the 𝗙cie rendition of himself his damn profile picture, because that is what he did when South Park made fun of him. In fact, Charlie literally died with Eric Cartman as Charlie Kirk as his profile picture, okay?
Dude, see, that is a really good point. Like, if Erika Kirk knew her audience and was good at her audience, she would have like done a skit with 𝗙cie and like tried to ham that up in some way, as opposed to like disappearing and canceling appearances and being like, oh, you know, I've been so mortally wounded, right? Like it's like, we don't even know who does Erika Kirk think like the new TPUSA audience is? She has like no idea.
And like, girl, why are you still mad at the comedian? Didn't you forgive your husband's? What are we doing? Who is advising this woman? Fire everyone. Erika, fire everyone. Whoever is around you, you gotta switch it up, girl. We all find out the hard way. I did, okay? Sometimes you need a bit of introspection. I also get a lot of comments saying, drop the tea on Erika Kirk. I don't have any, okay? I am watching this shit show along with you guys. I have not a fucking clue what is going on. I knew Charlie, don't know Erika. I would not repeat things I heard from the rumor mill. I did know the people around Erika right now, and despite offering my condolences, I think they are criminally fucking stupid.
That is people like Andrew Colvett and Tyler Boyer. Okay, they are like they're, I mean, dude, they're milking the organization. They're each pulling out like 300, 400 grand a year plus whatever on the side, right? But they are not, they have no idea. I mean, they're not Charlie Kirk, dude. They have no personality whatsoever.
So, you know, girl, like, this is, hey, you're gonna have headlines. You are stepping into the role that Charlie was in. He had a lot of headlines. He had a lot of hate. Like, you gotta figure out how to deal with this better than you're dealing with it right now, and you need much better advisors. And just from a human perspective, this is not condoning anything that Turning Point or Erika believes or puts out there. I vehemently disagree with them. However, from a human perspective, you did lose your husband. You lost the father of your children, and I know you probably don't want to, like, bend the knee to your detractors, but the best thing you can do is take a break and take time with your family. And I know it's difficult. I understand probably better than anyone the impulse to fight back and, you know, just show that you're strong. But like, you gotta step back. You gotta find someone that you trust to run this and take time off the internet. Spend time with your beautiful children. Like, stop trying to fill the shoes. And stop letting Andrew Colvett run Charlie's show. Stop letting them post from Charlie's account. Like, this whole thing is fucking weird, man. It's just bad. Weird. And people have questions because it's weird. You're all acting fucking weird. I don't know if this video is ever going to make its way to Erika, but I heard the way people talk behind the scenes. Like, I know they might seem like your friends now. Like, they might seem like the people offering you condolences. But these people, Charlie was the way that so many of these people buttered their biscuits. And they will suck that legacy that you have for your children. Even though I vehemently disagree with everything you guys are putting out, I think it's very harmful. Whatever you think of that legacy, they will suck it dry, Erika. They will suck it dry. They are using you, even if they are giving you hugs and a shoulder to cry on right now. And if you take anything from this, I hope it's that, and that I am not dogpiling here. And lastly, I just want to say, because this is probably the only video I'm going to do on Erika Kirk, unless there's something like incredibly egregious, because I don't want her. I know how hurtful it is when you feel like people are dogpiling on when you're going through a lot. But like, genuinely, dude, you just gotta log off. Like, go hug your kids and let someone else run it, and log them out of fucking Charlie's account right now.
Dude, see, it's interesting because all of that advice was like so good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it really was, because I know we're like in jest, whatever. We make fun of this woman. We laugh at the 𝗙cie skit, which was funny, okay? And we're like making content on this, and we're of course trying to sabotage them getting into high schools. But we are literally watching a woman have like a public nervous breakdown in slow motion, okay? I mean, from the very beginning, she stepped up and she's like, you have no idea what you unleashed. And then she's the head of TPUSA. And now she is just ping-ponging back and forth, constantly reacting to things. And literally all of those people, Colvett and Neff and Boyer and whatever, the guys in TPUSA faith, they're probably looting TPUSA right now. They're like jockeying behind the scenes for power and control and whatever. And that whole thing is going to be a dumpster fire in a very short time. And what she was saying about the account with them, they're still doing the Charlie Kirk show. It's like, dude, it's almost a year after, it's like 8 months since he died, and they're doing the Charlie Kirk show, and they're releasing videos on Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel. They're tweeting from his account, and it is like garish. It is even turning their own like hardcore Jesuit followers against them, because it's creepy, okay? it's fucking creepy. It is not, in fact, holding Charlie's legacy. It is making it look like they're trying to like climb inside his dead body and like Weekend at Bernie's that shit. Like, dude, he is dead. Like, show him enough respect to like let him be dead. You know what I'm saying? There, people are like holding pictures of him and they're like chanting. And dude, Candace is gonna burn that shit down, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? And there is something, okay? There is something going on where it's almost like you wonder if her advisors are giving her bad advice. Like, are they doing it on purpose? Are they trying? Like, think about this, guys, okay? Think about, like, them bringing Erika Kirk on and then wrecking her, okay? If they really want to take TPUSA over, what they need to do, they bring her on, they give her a bunch of bad advice and let her, like, have a nervous breakdown until she, like, pulls away, and then it is, like, their org. Like, I almost think people are setting her up to disintegrate her in order to, like, then take control of the wreckage. Because I have never seen anything as, like, so disjointed. Like, every time she shows up on the scene, she is making, like, the worst possible decision. You know, the leather pants, the JD Vance rumors, the leap of faith jacket, you know, the glitter, the pyrotechnics, the open casket and the hands and shit. And like, now she's like, literally, why is she dressed like a sniper? Why is she dressed like she's trying to distance herself from rumors that she shot her husband? I mean, the only thing that could have made it worse is if she was like holding a 30-06 in her hands while she did that speech, dude. Like cleaning a gun or some shit. Like, yo, woman, who let you out in those clothing? Like, who is her assistant that didn't say, like, yo, you look like a sniper. Like, you look like you just shot Charlie. Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. You know, that shit is insane. Dude. Unbelievable. All right, so yeah, let's look at the I've Had It podcast clip. Okay.
These are the people running our.
Oh, that is the Lincoln Project. All right. We might save that one. That's 45 minutes. Yeah, we'll save that. Where's the I've Had It podcast clip? You had another clip in there from the I've Had It podcast. And I did see the California town that named Charlie Kirk Way. It wasn't rural though, right? The Charlie Kirk Way was Westminster, I think. Yeah, Westminster named a street Charlie Kirk Way. But that's not rural. Westminster is like, that is like an urban suburb that is sort of like halfway between Orange County and fucking LA. But yeah, Jennifer Welch from I've Had It did a pretty funny take on Erika Kirk, dude. Have you seen this? This is pretty funny, dude. Dude, it is. This is hilarious. Like, the head turns are so good.
Of people saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
And I get on camera and I show everybody how batshit crazy I am. And the evidence goes on and on and on and on. And I will not stop, because just Monday I said I was taking time off to be with my family. And now it's Thursday and I am hosting a podcast clip, because in Turning Point, you can both take time off from work and work at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And this hypocrisy.
Yeah, just like you can, Charlie, you can be both dead and still like running a YouTube and Twitter account. While dead, your empty chair continues to podcast day after day after day.
It can go on and on and on and on.
Dude, I actually never see the pumps chick like even emote. That's crazy seeing her laugh her ass off like that, right? Because you don't normally see pumps go fucking, she's normally like a mute. I didn't even know she could talk for the first year of seeing those podcast clips. I thought she couldn't talk. I thought she just was like a mime or something. Dude, I thought she was a mime. She's not a mime. Oh, man. She's a lawyer? Oh, all right. Dude, all right. I mean, that's good to know. Dude, I don't know. I don't have time to watch a lot of content. I fucking spend too much time making it. I must not watch much. Yeah, I mean, I see clips online, but I don't have time to watch content. I spend so much time making it. Like, I watch little clips on Twitter, and every time I see, like, the major clips, it's always Jennifer Welch, like, leaning in and being the point person, right? She's a Hassan sheep. Hey, man, whatever works for you. Dude, there's room for all kinds, boss. All right, there's room for all kinds. Let's go. Oh. Dude, does she go for it? Let's go, dude. All right, moving on. Now, let's go to the Mockler, okay? We're going to the Mockler, guys. All right, I will say this. My final little word here about, to Erika Kirk, okay? Like, Erika, you need to get off the train, okay? You really do. I mean, or not, or just continue to take the rope we're giving you and run with it, and then we will just destroy your whole org. All right, that's fine. But you have millions of dollars, like, go on vacation, okay? Go get some dick and just, like, relax for a little bit. Hang out with your kids, A bit of Paula. You like the Paula? Dude, oh shit. Let's do the dance party goal too. All right? Somebody was calling for that. All right? Little Paula. There we go. There's a little Paula. Hey! Sakatara. We need a pine box, baby. Everybody's waiting on that pine box. Hey! All right. There it is. There it is. C goal, B goal. Pine box. Dude, yeah, no, she has to fucking, dude, she's got to do something, bro. I mean, or stay around. I mean, we always need content, but she is, dude, yeah, Rhythm Nation. She absolutely has Rhythm Nation, Eminem sniper vibes, dude. Like, what the hell, boss? That is the strangest shit. I will say, though, from the very beginning, whoever has made her wardrobe decisions has been the worst. Two things, guys. Her wardrobe and her hair have always been like the worst possible decisions. The wardrobe decisions, every time she wears like an outfit, it is inappropriate for the venue. It is like somebody needs to take one of those emotion charts of like wardrobe choices and show her what you wear at a funeral and what you wear on a podcast, and what you wear when somebody's saying you shot your husband, and what you don't wear in those instances. You know what I mean? It's like she has the worst wardrobe advice, and her hairstylist just hates her, boss. Like, whoever's been doing her hair just absolutely can't stand her. I think they're doing it on purpose. I really think they are. I think somebody is trying to decimate her on purpose, because think about it. Think about like the Zoom call. Okay, remember the Zoom call where she's all happy and she's like, my husband's dead, but we sold 50,000 hats. Somebody leaked that. Okay, somebody's leaking this shit. Okay, there are leaks in a very high level of TPUSA, and they're leaking this shit. And I think it's 𝗙𝗪𝗏 and Boyer. I think those guys want her gone. Yes, 𝗙𝗪𝗏 and Boyer want her gone so they can like have their line of shell companies and money laundering. They want to like take all that money out of that org, dude, because they're crooks. Okay, Boyer and 𝗙𝗪𝗏 they're crooks. They are, dude. They're like rape charge covering crooks. Okay, they're dirty. They were behind, J6, the fake elector scheme and shit. They are super crooked. I really think she's being set up, guys. I do. I think they are setting her up to fucking take that company, boss. Take that like nonprofit, and then they're gonna loot it. They're gonna loot it. I mean, they were already making like $300,000 a year, these guys, for TPUSA, doing basically nothing, Dude. Yeah, the merch video, dude, the tent, the Charlie Kirk tent. I'm waiting for them to have like, a White House Correspondents table, right? Where you can get under the table and they'll snap a selfie of you, like, wear an Erika Kirk hat and get under the table, right? Oh, Jesus. Dude, fucking unfucking believable. All right, you ready? You ready for some domestic abuser? All right, let's watch this shit. Okay? So Adam Mockler went ahead and put the whole clip on. So we have more than just the clip. Let's see where the breakdown occurred. Oh yeah, it was right here. Okay, so here's the conversation that they get into. All right. This is the one. Now, I'm going to repeat this before we get into it. I personally have witnessed on more than one occasion behavior from Scott Jennings that is the kind of behavior I have seen from domestic abusers. Okay? This guy has all the hallmarks of being like a wife beater, man. I'm telling you, it's that like quick rage switch for no real reason, right? Yeah, dude, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is on this one. Dude, Geraldo's on this one. Geraldo's there. I mean, this is the banging cast, but all right, you ready? Here we go. Let's check it.
Listen, we all know...
I mean, honestly, they have been at war with us for 47 years.
We all know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us...
Okay, I want to go back a little bit further. All right, here we go. We're going to go back around here, all right? Dude, because that's right before the beef. Let's go back a minute.
The Department of War, if they continue to pass the National Defense Appropriations Act, they continue to do that. That will
They're not
be
going to shoot down the Defense Act on the basis of a war that Donald Trump is starting.
Why
would he shoot down all of our defense?
The National Defense Act.
That's different than
The National Defense Act comes up once a year. I think it's probably this year. It's usually toward the end of the year.
They also are requesting a supplemental before.
They're requesting a supplemental, but they haven't actually done that fully yet. And I do think it raises the question, do they just get to pause this thing whenever they feel like it, even though there is an active blockade? And a blockade involves the U.S. military threatening with force that if any...
an act of war.
Yeah, it is considered an act of war. So how does that not count?
I think that interpretation, however, is subject to reasonable acceptance interpretation. If indeed there is a ceasefire, don't you want to encourage the ceasefire? Don't you want to encourage this peace?
Yeah, but there's also a naval blockade, which is by definition not a ceasefire.
But also,
still in war.
we're talking legalities when it comes to war powers and all this. This is bird law, right? It is not governed by reason. You know, you can't get. No, it's always sunny
What do you
Philadelphia
mean?
fans here. Come on,
Can I just take it back?
Wait, what do you mean by bird law? Just to
I mean,
clear?
when we try to apply like normal rhetoric, normal logic, normal
as
dictionary definitions.
As we do in a democracy. Like, we're not Iran. We don't get to just like
we're
ignore
also
the law.
ignoring the international legal repercussions
right?
here.
If we're talking about that, what international legal repercussions?
This is a war of aggression.
What is international law? Who's enforcing international law?
Who is the aggressor here?
Dude, the way the guy says this, who's enforcing international law? And the thing about it is like, it's not about somebody coming in and enforcing international law. What it is it's when you flout international law and you break all the conventions and you don't obey the rules of engagement and you just start doing these sort of dictatorial things, you ruin your standing internationally, and your allies look at you differently. People stop trusting you, which means they're less likely to just agree to things you want to do. There's going to be more friction. There's going to be a much better chance of your allies going and building other alliances because they no longer find you reliable. Okay? You don't simply just get to like, oh, we can just do whatever we want and fuck it, right? You know? And I mean, the fact that this whole thing is like in limbo, it is in limbo. If you look at it, since the beginning of Trump getting into this thing, there is no off-ramp. There's not even a clear objective. He put on the record on a Fox News interview, how will you know when you're done? And Trump said, oh, I'll feel it in my bones. It's like, oh, great. You don't even have any objectives. You got talked into this by Netanyahu. You have no objectives. You don't know when you're finished, right? You keep saying they're destroyed, but like the strait is closed. They're not destroyed. They're controlling the thing. Now you're blockading the strait. And then the only time there's movement is when you guys like cash in and decide to do some looting of oil futures, right? Some mystery person who keeps, you know, making 100 million here, a fucking $750 million there, right? And so this thing is a fucking disaster. And what's more is not only is it fucking around with the whole world economy, okay, but it is like jacking all of our alliances, okay? And the whole world that we used to be like a partner with is now like figuring out, well, how can we get what we need without having to deal with the United States? Which may sound good, but it's not really, man. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody operates well internationally alone. Okay? You don't, man. You know, it is definitely jacking our pocketbooks. But the fact that the whole world economy is suffering because Trump is like jerking off, you know, Trump and Hegseth are jerking off each other is so stupid, dude. You know what I'm saying? So stupid. Yeah, do we know who this redheaded guy is? Right? Hold on, let me see if we can find out. Do we know? I don't even know who he is. He's from Everybody Loves Raymond. Dude, Ronald McDonald's grandson? All right, so hold on. We should be able to find out. He has an Eric Stoltz vibe, okay? So let's see. All right, let's just go to fucking the YouTube. Dude, I gotta know who this guy is now. Opie from Mayberry. See, I don't like that we don't fucking know who these guys are. I mean, dude, yeah, I don't think we're going to get it right now. You think he's a former Republican rep from Missouri? All right, let's see if the AI knows. All right, we're going to ask AI. You ready? Here we go, AI. Yeah, no, dude. The AI doesn't know shit, bro. Like, dude, it's so dumb, bro. Dude, AI is so shitty, bro. Let's see if somebody's in here. Dude, I love this picture with the giant hand. Somebody, do you see that? Somebody posted the giant hand picture, right? Nobody really mentions the other people's names. Okay, no, Adam. It says Adam. They have to seat the kids. Oh, no, the kids. So that's Adam Mockler. So Adam and Kat are the kids, but they mention everybody but the redhead, dude. What the fuck, bro? We got Adam, we got Kat, we got Geraldo. Oh, here we go. There he is, Peter Major. I found it. We got it. Peter. There he is, dude. Yes. We found it on Abby's fucking thing. She announces the guests every night. Now I know, dude. Let's go. Found it. Former Michigan congressman. Chat called it. Dude, I found it. Chat, you didn't call it. I found it. We found it like right at the same time. Oh, Chat had it a while ago. I didn't know that. Dude, I didn't know that. I was not looking. I was like obsessed with I need to find this. Okay. So there we go. Are you ready? Here we go though. You ready? Let's get into this. Let's watch the meltdown.
Us. We are the aggressor. We launched this war. Yes.
Okay.
Just because Iran exists.
Did all of U.S. history exist before the last 8 weeks to you, or just 8 weeks?
It started on February 28th.
Listen, we all know.
I mean, honestly, they have been at war with us for 47
We
years.
all know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the attention span of a gnat? Is that what you
I
have?
debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago, and you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not going your way.
One political concession.
Get your fucking hand out of my
Name
face.
one political concession.
Whoa,
Honestly, I'm not going to have this guy's hand in my face.
Everybody, hang tight, okay? No, everybody calm down, okay? We're having a debate. You can respond to the points that he's making.
Can you name a political concession that we've got?
We had a flashback to the war, the skinheads.
Dude, look at the snap. Look at the meltdown. Like, you notice that there's a buildup? Like, first he's like condescending. Oh, the attention span of a gnat, right? And then all of a sudden he's just like on it. Dude, how did that get him so bad? I mean, granted, I feel like Adam fucked him up in the very beginning. I think it escalated so quickly because Adam hit him with a haymaker in the beginning. Because you may have noticed the very first thing that Adam said, right? Because he gets attacked all the time for being young, right? All the time. But what Adam said in the very beginning is he said, I was just a few years old when this guy was defending another forever war, right? And he hit him right from the beginning of saying, yeah, this isn't even about Trump and even about this particular war with Iran. But Scott Jennings, every time the Republicans go in a forever war, he's out there like tooting the horn. And I think that comment is what really ripped him open. Because watch how it escalates so fast. Oh, dude, it was a good one. Scott Jennings' wife grew a chin and divorced him. Oh, shit. Did she divorce him? Yeah, let's watch that again. That was a solid jab, though, from the beginning right here. Watch this right here.
U.S. history exists before the last 8 weeks.
See, again, though, there's a couple things before we go into this. I do want to say a thing about 8 weeks. Oh, dude, do we want to stay in a war for 8 weeks? 10 weeks? I mean, don't you want to get in and get out? It's like $1 billion a day, man. Every week is like a significant financial cost. That's number one. And number two, we have not been at war with Iran for 40 years. That is complete and utter bullshit. If we were at war with Iran, why did we invade Iraq? Why were we in Afghanistan? You know what I'm saying? We have not been at war with Iran. We literally 8 years ago, 10 years ago, we had a fucking treaty that we had, international people going there and looking at their nuclear program. We had peace with Iran in 2015. You know what I'm saying? Quit talking about 40 years of war. LFG, mother events. Jennings divorce should be. Dude, is he divorced? Dude, I've heard grumblings that he's bisexual or something. But all right, here we go. You ready? Let's get into this. Watch Adam's first dig, though, when he says, yeah, I was just a couple years old when this guy was defending another forever war.
It's because Iran exists.
Did all of U.S. history exist before the last 8 weeks to you, or just 8 weeks?
It started on February 28th.
Listen, we all know.
I mean, honestly, they have been at war with us for 47
We
years.
all know that Scott Jennings is more than happy to defend a war with a country that starts with the letters IRA that we are currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the attention span of a gnat?
Homie, I debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago, and you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not going your way.
Name one political concession.
Name
one political concession.
Whoa,
Honestly,
guys,
I'm not
excuse
going
me.
to have these guys.
Everybody, hang tight, okay? No, everybody calm down, okay?
Dude, now look at him, though. Watch what he does after this, because now Scott Jennings, brings it, he turns the dial down to 1 and becomes, really, quiet and hey, let me talk to you about, oh, yeah, watch him abuser 101, okay? After he, crosses the line, he's going to walk in with a vase of flowers in a minute, and he's going to turn himself down to, less than a 1. He meeks himself to, super small. Watch this. This is another classic fucking abuser move.
We're having a debate. You can respond to the points that he's making.
Can you name a political concession that we've got?
I had a flashback to the war the skinheads had in my studio.
I would be mad if I had to defend war too. I would be mad if I had to defend war.
Scott, you can respond.
We have a very simple goal to keep terrorists and a terrorist regime from having a nuclear weapon that can threaten the United States, our interests in the region, our allies in Europe, anybody else in the world.
So you can't answer the question. Thank you. I would get mad too.
All right, we're going to leave it there, guys. Next for us, the president suggests ABC.
Dude, and then Adam's needling him. Oh, you can't answer the question. Dude, fucking brilliant, and right? And dude, he is such a tool, dude. He is. They sat them next to each other for a reason. I think they sat them next to each other because they want them to fit in a single camera frame because those guys are always interacting. I don't think they were expecting Scott Jennings to have a minor psychotic break and flip out like that. But they, if there's two people that interact a lot, you want to put them so one camera frame gets them both, so you don't have to keep doing cuts, right? And you can have, a single shot. You want to be able to get the people that constantly interact in a single shot, right? Oh, those guys, dude, crazy. There were 5 people on the panel, so they had you had Geraldo. You had the fucking Major and what's her name? And fucking, crazy. Dude, Blunt Front, let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, Pine Box dance party. All right, guys. Dude, we got to hustle up. We'll talk about Scott Jennings in a minute. All right, let's look at the 𝗫𝗫. Let me see if I can find the 𝗫𝗫 comment. So, guys, we got 7 minutes. We got to finish this. 7 minutes. Let's secure that dance party. So watch this, guys. This is crazy. Here, let me find the Scott Jennings 𝗫𝗫. This one was another one, dude, that was him being like weird abuser guy. If I can find the old one. See, they do it. So 5 people, 2 shots, right? A 3 and a 2. But is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. You ready? I think this is the one.
Let me educate you about my position.
Oh, right here. Watch this.
People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't
Are
support.
we okay with the January 6th pardons?
I know you haven't been around for a while, so let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me educate you.
No, you don't need to patronize
you don't need to. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position.
See that?
Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Dude,
let's do this. January.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see it right there, dude? That's the one I made the video about. That's a year ago where he went off and he was like, don't you fucking talk to me. You know what I mean? Like if they were alone in a room somewhere and he had had a couple of drinks, he would have like pushed her up against the wall. Dude, that's that domestic abuse shit, guys. I'm telling you, dude. I think Scott Jennings, I don't know if he's had a history of this. If he does run for Senate, I think there's something's going to come out that he took a swing at a woman. Or I bet you that he took a swing at a woman while drunk at some point in his fucking life. I have no doubt about that. I can sense it, dude. Like my dad, woman abuser DV radar gets kicked up when I see him go into that mode, right? Dude, Ella, let's go. All right, guys, we got 4 minutes. Dude, Ella coming in hot with 2. Let's go, baby. 4 minutes, guys. 24 and 4. Exploding assholery, yes. Dude, I would like to box him. I think it would be fun to box him, right? To get in the boxing ring. I did challenge him. I don't think he's going to respond to me. I think he's probably going to opt out, but 24 and 4, baby. We got this. Let's go. Dance party incoming. Dude, that shit escalated so quickly. Dude, he has the most punchable face. He does, dude. He is so condescending and such a bootlicker. Like, the thing that bothers me about these guys, Ella, let's go. the thing that bothers me about bootlickers like Scott Jennings is he will never say, like, you know, Trump was wrong there. Right? Never. No matter what happens. Dude, he does that Michael Knowles shit where he will never say Trump was wrong. Ever. He just won't do it, dude. Dude, Trump could, like, punch a grandma in the middle of the street and he'd be like, whoa, he was having a bad day. Dude, we'll never call him out. No way, dude. Amanda, appreciate all your work. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate you, boss. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's give a round of applause for Amanda and Nerdy Black Woman. Let's fucking go. I want to curse Trump, the 6 Supreme Court justices that gutted the Voting Rights Act, and all members of the cabinet to live as a black woman in America for 6 months. Oh my God. Dude, Nerdy Black Woman, we talked about that at length last night. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm also working on a video that'll be out tomorrow about that. Dude, that was heartbreaking to me. The Voting Rights Act, the Supreme Court. And then when I found out, I didn't even realize that the state of Louisiana had gone to the Supreme Court with a different argument. And the Supreme Court made them argue the specific point that allowed them. Like, the Supreme Court took a case that had nothing to do with Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, and they made them re-argue it as something that would allow them to gut Section 2. And that's just nefarious. You know what I'm saying? It's like they took the opportunity of a case that had something tangentially to do with the actual thing they were trying to gut, and they forced the fucking people to argue a different case just so they could gut it. I mean, it is so dirty. Yeah, no, I know. And they're going to do the same shit with gay marriage, right? You know it's coming with gay marriage too. You know it. Dude, thank you so much, Nerdy Black Woman. I appreciate you. All right, guys, we got 1:20. All right, we're 21 away, guys. Let's go. Here's a little dance party fucking. There's a little bit of the hips to get you going, right? Oh, I can't even imagine though. Like, you know, it's like, dude, I can't even imagine like how are people that have been, you know, had some sense of, you know, benefit from the civil rights legislation, both, you know, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, and like gay marriage, you know, women's right to abortion. You have all of these people that are just systematically watching rights that they had their whole life evaporate, like right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Like women, if my mother was still alive, she would have less rights in America than she had when I was 5. And how is that possible? Like, it's supposed to be going the other direction. The rights are supposed to be increasing. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're not supposed to be decreasing. All right, we're going to reset. We're going to reset the goal. I'm just going to set it up for, since we're 20 shy, we're going to fucking reset the goal. All right. Let me clear this out. There we go. Dude, it's so depressing. Yeah, less rights now than you did in the 70s. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? That is just so wrong. You know, that is so wrong. And they've been doing it on, like, purposefully. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that's so bothersome is when you look back to 2016, okay, you can see that Donald Trump, the Heritage Foundation, and the people backing Donald Trump literally had an agenda for the Supreme Court. Like, this is not the first time the Supreme Court has sent a case out and told them to re-argue different points. Okay, they have had a specific agenda with these court justices. And it's not our agenda. It's not even the agenda of the cases that are there. It is an agenda of, you know, the Heritage Foundation and whatever billionaire backers are behind them. It's fucking unreal. All right. We're going to start a new goal. There we go. All right. We're going with 20. I'm doing it 15 minutes. We'll do 20 and 15 to finish this up. And we will carry on. Dude, thank you guys. All right. Dude, thank you so much, Nerdy Black Woman. And you too, Amanda. All right. There it is. But yeah, dude, Scott Jennings, complete and utter meltdown. And he just, this guy, like I said, he is an absolute bootlicker. Like he will never, okay, Scott Jennings will never admit that Trump has failed or fallen short or done the wrong thing. Like, even if it's so obvious that Trump is making a bad decision, he will still unequivocally back and endorse and try to sane wash any decision that Donald Trump makes. He reminds me of that Michael Knowles character. Remember how Michael Knowles was doing the same shit on that Piers Morgan? Dude, LMB, thank you, boss. Pine Box! Dude, why didn't that register? What the fuck? All right. First one never registers. Dude, no one is safe under this administration. Nobody is. Nobody is. I mean, rich white guys are. That's it, right? Rich white guys are safe under this admin, right? And Donald Trump's friends are safe. But other than that, if you're not Trump's friend and you're not a super wealthy white guy, like, you're fucked, right? You are, pretty much. I did not see the Bill Maher David Cross discussion. All right, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep adventuring. All right, we saw Ashley St. Clair. We saw that. We'll look at the Trump AI footage. Okay, this shit. I mean, I think it's AI. Okay, this is like, I'm having a real problem with this White House Correspondents dinner footage. Okay, no, I'm serious. I'm having a real issue with what's going on with this stuff, okay? Because here's our original footage, guys. All right? Let's just look at this shit for a second here, okay? You see, we need to look at this because okay? Because look at this. This is the original surveillance footage. Okay? This is Cole Allen running out of the room. But like, there's some about this that is like super problematic to me. Okay, and we're going to look at this because look at the original security footage that comes out, which is like whatever, cheesy camera. I don't know if they're filming it off a camera. That's kind of what it looks like. Somebody's filming it off the camera screen. But then all of a sudden we come out with this like super high def version of this. And when I'm looking at the version that they put out, you know, of this is like, dude, are they enhancing this shit with AI? Okay. I don't know, man. Some of this, and maybe it's not, okay? Maybe it's not, but like, dude, it looks, I don't know, dude. We saw some AI footage earlier that Benny Johnson had put out that had CapCut AI, and it's just a little fucking weird to me. You know, because even if you look at this shit, even though it looks like this is on a monitor, if you were filming from a monitor, it would not be super blurry if it was this fucking crystal clear, right? You know what I'm saying? I could film on a camera right now from this monitor and like that footage would be much clearer than what it is here in the original shit that was released. So I don't know. I don't know if somebody was filming this on one of those crank movie cameras from like a Charlie Chaplin camera or what. But anyway, let's look at all of this and compare and contrast. Because here was the original footage. Okay, this is the original footage where you see Cole come running through and he goes bombing by. Okay, you see him. Comes out, runs through. That guy draws a gun. This guy draws a gun right here. Okay, and he runs by and he fucking takes off. And then everybody gets up and starts going and approaching. Right, you have all these guys moving through. Okay, that is the original footage we had. Now, at that point, we didn't know anything. We knew that one Secret Service agent had been shot in the chest, in the bulletproof vest, whatever. That was the only information we had. And then somehow this guy who supposedly had guns and knives just got, subdued and tackled and stripped naked and put under a Mylar blanket without another shot fired, which is also weird, okay? It is weird. Now we're going to take a short break. Dude, we gotta hit our fucking dance party, guys. We're 20 away, 8 minutes. Let's go. If we're getting a dance party, now is the time, boss. Hello. Now is the time. All right? Because this is going to be, we have one segment after this, which is going to be Ken Martin. We're going to look at that. So if we want a dance party, we got it here. Now's the time to go, baby. Let's go. But yeah, dude. And then we're going to break that apart because we're going to look at their enhanced footage. Because I do have some issues with the enhanced footage. Okay, I do. I have some issues with the enhanced footage. There are some things that if Cole Allen fired a shot, there is some shit that is missing, that doesn't make it, you know what I'm saying? That does not make it, it does not look like Cole Allen took a shot in the enhanced video. Dude, Steph, you want a little preview? All right, there it is. Oh, there's the preview. All right, guys, 19 away. Dude, we needed 21, and the first one didn't register, so now we're perfect. 19 away. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Secure it. Dude, we got to secure the dance. Batten down the hatches. All right, we got 7 minutes. This is it. Uh-oh. You have some issues with Todd Blanche? You should have issues with Todd Blanche. I mean, he's Trump's personal lawyer, right? Footage has what appears to be a bullet hole in the wall that appears out of nowhere in the enhanced footage. Dude, blunt front, let's go. Appreciate you, boss. Here it is. All right, 18, guys. We got this. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Let's go. You like the previews? Dude, let's go. MJ. Let's go, MJ. Let's go. All right. Dude, inching ever closer. 17 away. We got this. Yes. What do we got? We got 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Time. Dude, let's go. Yo. Yeah, no, we're working on the dance party. Dude, Andrew. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dude, we need a dance, boss. We need to dance on Trumpy's pine box. That's what we're doing, all right? All right? And tell Erika Kirk to fuck off. Dude, let's go. All right, 16, baby, 16. No, see, there's some shit missing, though, guys. I'm telling you that Cole Allen did not fire a shot, guys. Dude, MJ, let's go. Thank you, boss. Dancing it. Dude, Hillary, reckoning with joy. Let's go. Dude, we are 14 away, guys. We're steaming in, boss. 5 minutes. 14. We got this. You like the phone, dude? I like the phone, too. The phone is fun. It's hard, though, with the phone because like thinking about some shit that's funny is hard. The phone puts a lot of pressure on my in the moment comedy. Right? These things happen all the time. Well, so when we break down the Cole Allen video, we're going to look at a couple of things. Number one, we are going to look at that dog, okay? That dog's behavior and right? Number two, we're going to look at the supposed shots fired. And number three, we're going to discuss the strategy of releasing footage before the fucking court case even happens, which is very bizarre. All right, we got 4 minutes, guys. 14 away. Let's go. Here's a preview. No, let's go, dude. MJ. Love the Kermit phone. Let's go. I love the Kermit phone, too. I've had it for 30 years. It's nice to put it to good use. 13 away, guys. 13. This is it. Secure that dance party. Hey-ho. Hey-ho. 12 away, dude. Redbone Sunshine. Bring back Obama. I wish. Dude, I wish, like, Obama was around, or anybody that, like, had his maturity level even would be refreshing, right? 4 minutes, guys. 12 away. We got this. Oh, shit, dude, we got this. We're so close. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 12 away. An animal phone. Dude, I love animal. GD, it, boss, LFG, 3 minutes. We got it. 11 away, guys. 3 minutes. We're getting this. Dude, I used to have a stuffed animal that stayed in the back windshield of my Camaro. Okay? There's like a flat thing back there where there were some stereo speakers, and I had an animal doll that lived on that back flat thing in the back of my car, and a piece of coral that lived on the front dashboard. Dude, I had a pretty cool Camaro in my 20s. It was good. It was stocked with coral, although, like, occasionally the coral would come flying off the dash, and that was not good when that would happen. Sometimes somebody would take a piece of coral to the dome with a little, like, hectic if I was, like, racing around corners. 3 minutes, guys. 11 away. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, this evidence leaking shit is bizarre because, you know, a responsible, like, DOJ would not do that. Scott Jennings is calling on the frog phone. Oh, shit, dude. We should have a Scott Jennings call. Yeah, we'll have to have that afterwards. Dude, MJ, let's go. Dancing. All right, 9 away, guys. This is it. 2 minutes. Whoa. Ooh, it is looking good. We got this. 9 away, 2 minutes. Let's go. 2 minute drill. We are scoring a touchdown. Dude, the granite flooring. Bro, I can barely afford to buy a steak at the grocery store. And Trump is like bragging about the types of granite he's putting in on the floor of the White House. Like, what a dick. Dude, dance party, big tax service, let's go. All right, guys, 145, 8 away. Oh, shit, there we go. 7 away from Redbone. Pine Box reigns supreme. Step sells stuff by the seashore. Dude, 8 away. Dude, let's go, dude. Oh, my God, now 5 away. Dude, Hillary reckoning, let's go. Holy shit, dude. 4 just came on, like, fast. So now we're 5, and then there were 5. 1.5 minutes. Let's go, the Dow, baby. The Dow. Yeah, the Trump phone. Dude, the Trump phone is finally being shipped. 4 away, dude. Blunt front. Let's go. Last minute, guys. 4. I'll be honest. Natalie, I'm surprised. I mean, at least they're shipping the phone. I didn't think that thing was ever going to ship. I bet the Trump phone 2 is going to be trash. I bet it's going to be cheap shit that is going to last like 2 months before those things are going to be broken. 50 seconds, dude. Dude, let's go, gig. Thank you for the membership, boss. We are 4 away, guys. 4 away, 40 seconds. Here we go, baby. Oh, drum roll, 30 seconds. Did Moist Critical order one? All right. Dude, I bet it's going to be trash. 20 seconds. Oh, fuck, boss. Here it comes. $100 phone for $500. Dude, it's probably worth about 20 bucks. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 3 away. MJ, let's go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, shit. We missed it. Oh, no dance party. 3 away. 2 away, dude. Light and fire. Let's go. Dancing on a pine box. Say less. 1 away, dude. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 for president. I do like 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃. He is my current favorite. All right, who's going to be the final one to tie the room together? There it is, dude. MJ brings it home. We did it. Dude, let's go. Redbone. These marble floors. Oh, dude, the marble floors are in the song. I fucking realized it. I forgot about that. These marble floors, although Trump's are granite, right? Trump and his granite, dude. What a fucking dink, all right? What a fucking dink. All right, so now let's go back here to our little Cole Allen, all right? We saw the grainy footage. Again, it's being filmed off a TV screen. It is like way blurrier than it should be. But now, taken with a, whatever, I credit nothing to the Trump admin. But let's watch this, and then we're going to break it down. Okay? Okay? Let's watch this, and then we're going to break it down, because I have a couple primary issues with this. Again, I have not been able to shake the feeling that this was like some type of setup. Okay? And I'll go into why afterwards. But all right, you ready? Here we go. So this is from Jeanine Pirro, all right? And she says, today we are releasing video already provided to U.S. District Court showing Cole Allen shoot a U.S. Secret Service officer during his attempt to assassinate the president, the White House Correspondents' dinner. Boy, they are like, there's a lot of wordplay at work in that first paragraph, okay? There's no evidence the shooting was the result of friendly fire. Now, this is primarily what they're concerned with, guys. They are doing this to try and like create a narrative that covers their ass so they don't look incompetent. It says the video also shows Allen casing the area in the Hilton Hotel the day before the attack. My office, along with the FBI, will continue this extensive investigation to bring Cole Allen to justice. Now, the fact that Jeanine Pirro is like doing this investigation means this guy might get off. Okay. She has a terrible record. She is the worst lawyer. Dude, she is like 4 boxes of Franzia in probably when she fucking sent this tweet. Are you ready? Here's the video. So look at what we got. So the first part of this is, is the day before, okay? So what day was it? Let me see here. So the Correspondents' dinner was on the 25th. So this is the day before, supposedly, okay? Where he's just walking around the hotel. There he is. There he comes down. Now, for those of you who are wondering, this is, I believe this is this hallway right here, right? That's what this is. This is the hallway where the gates, the fucking whatever, the, metal detectors are, okay, that he's coming down. All right, that's the hallway he's walking down right there. Now, what I don't understand, guys, about this is there should be footage of this camera of him running through with this gun, right? That would show all of this way better, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it, like, if they had this footage of him running out with this gun, like, that should show a lot of detail of whatever went on there, but maybe they're saving that for the trial. But so here he is walking down the hallway, right? I don't know what he's doing with his hand motion right there. Isn't that weird that he's like stopping here right in front of a camera and fucking doing his hand? Dude, he's doing the Erika Kirk, right? He's doing the Erika Kirk hand motion, like right in front of the camera, right? Looks like he's talking to someone. Maybe he is. I don't see another shadow though, which is weird, right? Because you would expect to see a shadow because you see his shadow, right? You see his shadow. Look at that. You see his shadow. Do we see a second shadow? I don't see another shadow. But anyway, he's talking. Now he's coming into the gym. Fitness center with his whatever key card, I think. Talking to himself, probably. Could be, right? But here he comes into the fitness center. They've got some footage of him looking around. There is an attendant over here. There is a person in the room. I mean, I don't know what is he casing the gym? Right? You know, I'm not sure what this has to do with the case, right? Playback in speed increased to 300%. All right, so whatever he's walking around, and they're now showing him walk through the fitness center. All right, you know. Again, I'm not exactly sure what the fitness center section was. But, you know, whatever. Maybe he was looking for a place to work out after the big event. But now we're getting into the main footage. Oh, here's him leaving. Oh, I get it. Okay, I think I get it now. He walked this route and he went into the fitness center. And then he wandered through the fitness center and then he left and he walked this route again, right? So presumably him going in and looking at the fitness center was part of him covering his journey through the zone to case the joint, okay? Like if we look, is there a timestamp? Yeah, 21:02:09. And then this is, 20 seconds later. So that's what it was. He cased the joint by, I'm going to the gym. Oh, I'm looking around the gym. Great gym. Now I'm going to case the joint going back. I mean, he's literally just walking, though. He doesn't seem like he's, I don't know. I mean, I guess the thing that's interesting here, guys, is he has no way of knowing. Okay, while he's walking down this hallway, he has no way of knowing that the metal detectors are going to be right here. Like, he has no idea what this is going to look like the evening of. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what is a little unusual just even about this whole plot. Is this guy planning this big thing, but he knows there's going to be a security checkpoint. But he has no idea where the security checkpoint is going to be. There's no way to case this, whatever. And it is a little bit weird. It is a little bit weird that is there nobody else moving through this hotel on a Friday night at 8 p.m. And is this I don't know the layout of this hotel, but it would seem that a Friday night at 8 p.m., you'd think there might even be people in the fitness center, You know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows? But now we're going to move into the day of. Okay? Okay, 3 minutes pass, and now he walks it again. All right, now we have an employee here. And, here he goes. He's walking it again 3 minutes later. And he goes to the gym again. Oh, no, he walks by the gym. So guys, I do want to say one thing, though, that I notice is, so this is the Saturday. All right, I'm going to hold it. So I guess he has his coat on. This is the next day. But like, guys, right now though, I am completely wrong though. Okay? I'm serious. I'm completely wrong because I thought this was like the hallway from the thing. This is like some random hallway. Okay? Because if you look at it, this is right. This is not even related to the thing. This is some random hallway. I thought it was this space, but I'm seeing now that there's like a carpet difference here. This is not, dude, see, I'm so confused because I thought they were showing him case the place where the metal detectors were. Okay. But they're not. This is him the night before walking in some random, completely unconnected hallway. It's just a hallway in the hotel. Okay. Right. And going to the gym, going through the gym, 3 minutes later, he walks by again. And so presumably the door to wherever his hotel room was is over here. Okay. And like, fucking right. And now, dude, I'm gonna watch this from the beginning. Dude, what is this footage? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand why they're even showing that footage, because they're like, oh, he walked down a hallway and then he walked down the same hallway the next night. I mean, it's not uncommon to go to a gym. If you go to a hotel, it's not uncommon to go check out the fitness center, right? You know, I mean, I don't know why they don't show us him casing the, you know, he doesn't even look like he's casing. He's literally just walking down some unconnected hallway. Here he is the night before, 9 p.m. And he now, presumably, now we understand that somewhere over here is the area where the next night they'll have the metal detectors. And he's walking down some back hallway and going to check out the gym. Okay? But again, he doesn't even look like he's, I mean, he's looking, but I don't know what he would be casing here. This has nothing to even do with the, right? This has nothing to do with the whole, the area that even goes to the ballroom. And it appears to take him forever to even get this thing open. Dude, what is he doing, bro? It's just bizarre that you know, because Piro says this is him casing the joint. Dude, everything they do is like subterfuge, guys. So he chats with the attendant. He looks around. He scopes it out. He takes a walk around the gym, which obviously has nothing to do with the actual attempted shooting. He's looking at gym equipment. All right. All right. Wandering around the gym. It does look like somebody's working out, like something's going on over here. You could see something rotating. Like, I don't know if somebody's on an elliptical or something. There is some rotation there. He leaves the gym, and at 20 seconds, 5 seconds later, 6 seconds later, he's walking down the hall again. Presumably, yeah, maybe he's looking for exits, maybe, but the thing that's weird about this is where he is walking is to the, you know, the metal detector area. So once he did the shooting, he certainly wouldn't be coming out the same way he went in. That would be pure insanity, right? To run in and shoot somebody, right? To run in and shoot somebody and then run out the way, like past the guys you shot, right? Dude, that would be like historically bad planning, you know? He would be wanting an exit out of the ballroom itself. Okay, so now he's off over there. And now I think 3 minutes later, he comes back this way. So I don't know why we don't have footage of him walking in the area where the metal detectors were. But here he comes. He's coming back, and he's going to walk by the gym and out that door that presumably then goes to wherever his hotel room is. The jacket is the next night. This is all Friday night. Okay, this is Friday night at 9 p.m. Now it's going to take us to Saturday night, the night of the shooting. Now we're on the night of the shooting, 8:30 p.m., and he's going to come in past the gym with his fucking trench coat on. There he comes. He's got his trench coat on. Again, guys, why is there nobody here? You know what I'm saying? Like, right? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think the gym is open, or maybe it is, but there's no attendant. But why is there nobody, you know? There's like a major ballroom, right? A major ballroom with 1,000 fucking reporters. This hotel is probably jamming, right? Don't you think there'd be a single person in this hallway? Like, what hallway are we even looking at? There's not like one person in this hallway. You know, that to me is really weird. There's not even employees. Like, we have now watched 2 nights, a Friday night at 8:30 p.m. and a Saturday night on the night of the event. There's no Secret Service. There's no security personnel. There's nobody. And like, what's going on, dude? This is so bizarre, dude. Dude, there are more people walking around my house at midnight than this fucking hotel on the night that the president is in a ballroom in the basement. Come on. Something about that's weird. All right, so there he goes. He's got his trench coat on. It's very, very weird, guys. Now, here's here's where we're going to scrutinize. We're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to watch this whole thing, okay? And then we're going to scrutinize. And yes, I've heard the same thing. Eyewitnesses said there was like no security, okay? There was limited security. They weren't checking IDs. The people, so the ballroom itself is a floor below the main level. There's like a lobby level and you go down to the ballroom. And people said you could go down to the ballroom. Nobody was even checking tickets. And the president, who's been like attempted assassination twice, supposedly, is in a ballroom with no security in a major hotel in the middle of DC. Don't you think if the president had really been almost assassinated twice, that they would be like 1,000% careful everywhere they go? They would be like double the security, triple the fucking checking. But anyway, let's watch the whole thing and then we're going to scrutinize it, because the official version is that Cole Allen runs through, shoots an officer, and runs away. Here we go. Okay. So there is there's our event. Okay? There's our event. Now we'll look at the slow-mo afterwards, but let's just scrutinize this for a sec. Because if we roll back, there's a number of things, guys. Okay? So first off, why are these guys taking down the metal detectors while the event is still going on? That's very weird behavior, guys. Why would they be taking down the metal detectors while the event is going on? Wouldn't they be like still monitoring these? Like, right? I mean, until the very end of the night, and everybody is out of that ballroom, they would be monitoring this area and have those metal detectors, right? The event had started, no more guest entry allowed, but you still don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if there's no more guest entry allowed, wouldn't they have some people standing there? This is very strange behavior, okay? This is not, you normally don't, when there's an event going on, and this is the way the people came into the event. So some people may be going out this way because this is how you get back to the hotel. This, like, they would not be breaking this shit down while people were in the event. That's bizarre, okay? That is very unusual, okay? Now, the first thing we see here is that he comes around and he walks into this room, okay? He walks into this room. And then the dog sniffs him. And this guy appears to look at it. The dog sniffs him, but then the guy and the dog leave, right? The canine was on him. This guy sniffs him, and then the dog and the canine leave. Now, think about this. If there was no reentry, if this is really closed down, like, why is this guy walking by? A guy in a trench coat? Okay, a guy in a trench coat is walking by? Dude, right? A guy in a trench coat walks by your entryway? That's a little weird. That's super suspicious. I would expect, like, multiple of these guys would be going and saying, let's go talk to that guy with the trench coat Why is a guy with the trench coat walking by and the dog was sniffing him out? Okay? Then the dog and the guy leave. Dog is still sniffing him out. Then the guy takes the dog away. And like, look at that. The minute the dog and the guy turn, this guy comes running out. So, like, where was this guy, boss? Do you see the timing of that? Look at how fast from when this guy turns away to him running around. Like, can he not see him? Is he not bombing toward the hallway? Like, where is this guy? The dog? I just don't understand where Cole Thomas Allen is while the dog and this guy are here, because the minute this guy turns that way, he comes running out. So either the guy is right in the doorway invisible, or he's hiding around the corner, and the dog certainly would be like whimpering or making some fucking noise, right? The minute he turns, he comes bombing out. Okay, now here, this guy draws a gun, and now they claim that he fires a shot that hits somebody, okay? And then he runs by. They claim. But now let's look at the slowed down version. Because here's where it gets really bizarre, guys. Okay? It gets really bizarre when you look at this. Okay? Because they leave, and now watch what is missing. Okay? Because something is missing, guys. You're going to see it. The minute he turns, he comes bombing. Now this guy sees him, draws his weapon. Okay. There's no muzzle flash for that shotgun. Okay, they stopped this, right? But watch his gun. You see a muzzle flash. You see several muzzle flashes. Three of them, but there was no muzzle flash from this guy. And like, what the fuck is this guy doing with this shot right here, dude? What the fuck is that shot, bro? Right? Look at this. Dude, homie is like shooting right at his fucking, this fucking Secret Service guy, right? Like, what the fuck is that? But see, guys, there is no muzzle flash here, okay? See, like they're trying to say that he shot one of these Secret Service people, but there is no muzzle flash. I don't think this gun got fired, boss. There's no muzzle flash here, okay? There is not a muzzle flash. There's a muzzle flash here. And a muzzle flash there. And another muzzle flash there. But like, did a bullet, you know what I'm saying? Like when he fires the gun right there, where does this bullet go? And why are none of these guys ducking? Look at this. He fires 1, 2, another shot that's going right here. Three, that one's right at that guy. And a fourth one right there. So he fires 4 shots, and like, you're telling me these guys heard 4 gunshots and nobody like hit the deck? Isn't that weird? 4 gunshots. I mean, you're saying there's a fifth, but I see 4 fucking 1, 2, 3, 4. I see at 4 distinct muzzle flashes, and like nobody even dropped to the ground, right? This guy's just now turning the other way. I would think if you're in a room and you hear 4 fucking, you hear 4 fucking gunshots, you would be like down, all right? Now, we don't know which one of these guys got shot. Their narrative is that Cole Thomas Allen, okay, their narrative is this, is that he fires a shot here that supposedly hit someone. But like, who did he hit? Because these are not Secret Service. These are cops. Okay? This guy looks like Secret Service, but these are all police officers. These look like hotel security, right? Or cops. These 2 are definitely police officers. I think the blue are hotel security, or maybe they're extra cops. But they're trying to say that he fires the gun and hit somebody here, but he has not. There's no gun firing. And what's more, though, you ready? What's more is that now they all react after 4 shots have been fired. Everybody's reacting and moving, and somehow, okay, they commandeered this guy with, right? Somehow they commandeered this guy without firing another shot. I mean, does that make any sense? You saw a guy run by with a shotgun. He supposedly fired a shot that hit an officer. Okay? And somebody, like, how did they commandeer this guy? Did he just trip and fall and his shotgun flies out, or what? You know? See, this guy's pulling his weapon out. Okay, this guy's pulling his weapon out of his shoulder holster. Oh, no. Oh, I see. Oh, so you're saying this right here is the gunshot? Is him getting shot in the vest? But that's not adding up, though, guys. Oh, I see. Yeah, he could be hit right there. Right? Right there, you're saying he's reacting to the shot? That he got hit right up there? Oh, I see. So this is the guy who got shot? That's the guy that got shot, you're saying? I mean, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know who got shot, right? Like, if you're saying that guy got shot, but that guy is not a Secret Service. That guy's a cop, right? Isn't he? See, he falls, and they definitely help him. They help him fucking get up, but he gets up. I mean, he's stumbling, but he's getting up, and he runs out. Now, when they showed the Secret Service guy who got hit, okay, in the original, let me see. They showed a guy on the ground, okay? Let me see where he is. They showed a guy actually on the fucking ground. See if we can find the... I saw a video that showed a guy on the ground. There was like a hallway video after the shooting. See, right there. You see that? There he is. There's the agent that is supposedly down right there. Okay? He's like down. He is like like down. You know, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell where these hallways are, but he is like the agent there is on the ground. Right? Right? You can see whoever it is on the ground. A bullet appears in the wall in this one. Let me see. Yeah, this is like a close-up. This is the Mario Nawfal had did a blow-up like this. There he goes. The doorway. They pull that down. The dog is sniffing him out. He's talking to him. Look at him. Doesn't it look like he's talking to him? It looked like he was talking to him in this one. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. Where's the bullet hole? I don't see the bullet hole that you're talking about. Top right? Okay. I still don't see anything up in the top right. Maybe do a screenshot. But I mean, look at that. Like that's almost immediate. Oh, I see. Oh, this up there? Okay. That's the presumably the bullet. I see it now. I see it. That's fired from the guy. Dude, so many questions, boss. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so many questions. Again, now you guys are saying that this is the guy who got hit, right? that this guy got hit and then presumably got up and walked around the corner. But like, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he stumbles, but I think if you got shot, guys, if you get shot, yeah, he fell. If you get shot in a bulletproof vest, you like get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You get your bell rung. You know what I'm saying? You get your bell rung. And what's more though is there's this video here that shows the cop minutes later is still on the ground because he's like knocked out. You know what I'm saying? It takes your breath away. It fucking knocks the wind out of you. Like, that shit is like, you are like hit like a Mack truck. But this is a different room. This is a big open room. Wide open room. This is not in that same room. I don't think. Right? There's the cop. There's the metal detectors. Okay, wait a sec. No, this is the metal detector that's on the ground. You see it? So I know the placement of this now. So this is, I'm telling you right now, guys, look at that. This is over here, guys. You ready? The person got shot somewhere over here because the camera backs up and goes down this hallway, and you see the metal detector there on the floor. So I think the Secret Service person got shot from, I think it's from this bullet. You ready? Right? I'll show you. I think it's this one. The last bullet fired, somebody got hit over here. Okay? Because look at, you see this metal detector on the ground and this one is standing. And in this, you see when they say get out, there's the metal detector standing, and you're going to see the one on the ground down here. And there's the one on the ground. Okay? The one on the ground and one standing. And in this video, you have the one on the ground and the one standing. So that video right here is the camera is in this hallway looking this way, right? There's the metal detector that is on the ground here. And the one standing is to the right next to it. This table is this table viewed from this hallway. So the Secret Service guy who was down is somewhere over here, okay? Which means if we look at the slowed down, I'd be willing to bet that it is this shot, right? This shot is the one that like hit somebody over here, I think, right? And then they're walking by this way. Somebody got hit. I think it's over here. I mean, we'll have to see. Look at you see the carpet difference? This carpet is darker gray and this carpet is white. See, here's the darker gray carpet. And it looks like the Secret Service agent is on. He's also on what looks like the dark gray. No, he's on the white. He's on the white, guys. You see the difference between the dark gray and the white? He is on the white. So he is on somewhere on this, right? He's not on the dark gray. This is all dark gray. So yeah, this shot, I think, is what hit somebody, right? AI carpet versus real carpet. This is the suspect. This is, and no, this is not the suspect here. This is, I know it says they apprehend the suspect, but this is not the suspect. The suspect was apprehended in a different room, was under this Mylar thing. They had him under a blanket. This was the guy who got shot. I know it says Secret Service apprehends the suspect, but this guy, nobody's even holding guns on him. If this guy was the suspect, they would probably have their guns drawn. They would fucking have, you know what I mean? This is the guy who got shot. Oh, fuck, bro. Right? I mean, you can see there's like, it looks like there's a medical basket or something, right? I mean, if this guy was the suspect, don't you think they would have their guns drawn or have him cuffed or something? I don't know. They're all pretty casual over there. They don't know if there's a second suspect. That looks like the guy who is fucking been hit. Because when we look at the suspect, okay, let's look at the picture of Cole Young. Yeah, I don't know how his fucking, right? See, look at him. Trying to place where he is. He is that him? I mean, maybe it's him. I don't know, man. It's so hard to tell because they stopped filming, right? I can't tell if that's him or if it's the Secret Service agent. I mean, it looks like there's like medical bags next to him. I mean, this is him with Mylar over his bottom half, but there's no Mylar in this fucking image, right? In this image, there's no Mylar. And he's not shirtless, and like they look like they're leaning over him and attending to him. There's no. I can't really tell, right? It's really hard to tell here. All right, so there he is with the Mylar.
Silver foil, 4, got it? No. Scooch over, slightly right, silver foil.
Okay. So, and he's near the glass doors. Head near the wall, feet sticking out. And then on this one,
foil, the top of the stairs. Got it.
Yeah. Dude, how did they get him down, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they get this guy down without firing a shot? Dude, solution. We must have a ballroom. See, now there's doors to the left of this guy, his head, his feet, and there's a bunch of doors to the left. Okay, and there's a wall right by him. So that, I mean, maybe that's him. Maybe that's him when he's originally down. I thought it was the cop that got shot, but it's possible that that is him, that he's down like right there. But dude, I just don't know how they got this guy down. Okay? Right? That's the thing that bothers me through this is this guy runs by, supposedly shoots a cop, and he's got a shotgun, and he ends up getting disarmed with like not a shot fired. That's like really weird, man. You know? It's pretty bizarre. But it is possible that this person right here is him on the ground. I mean, like, I don't know. Right? That he just ran through and immediately got tackled, like right after he ran by. Huh. Wait a second. Oh. Okay. Well, this is weird because you see how there's like, there were 2 metal detector stations. Okay, there's a metal detector. See this table? There's another set of metal detectors on this side. So this pole right here, this pole is like, is this pole in this shot is this pole right here, this pillar. Now I see it. Okay. So then this guy is, this is the suspect. I mean, we still don't know who's the guy who got shot. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so crazy. If he's the suspect, who got shot in the chest, right? Because it's basically making it seem like this guy fell right here, like right over this line. This guy ends up face planting. Right? He just ran by, didn't get shot. Did he trip and just fucking... Dude, I don't know, bro. None of it really makes any sense. Let's see what Laura fucking Ingraham says.
This is a Fox News alert. Shocking new video showing the moments before the shooting at the White House Correspondents' dinner. We knew this was coming, and we're glad it's finally out. You can see the suspect, Cole Allen, walking through a door on the upper left part of the screen, watching the Secret Service agents. They're taking down one of the magnetometers. And then he comes rushing through, shooting at the agent. Wow, more as we get it. This is...
Yeah, shooting at the agent. He does not fire a shot, guys. There is no shot fired from that gun, boss. Right? I do not see a flash. I mean, they want to say that that's a flash. I don't see a flash. You see this guy's flashes, like very distinct, right? There's one from the pistol. You see his flashes, very distinct, right? There's a flash. And then this guy supposedly falls like right out of frame. He falls. Yeah, I don't know, man. This whole thing just like, I don't know, dude. It's all a mystery. And you know what bothers me about this, guys? What bothers me about this is the like, I saw Tim from the Bulwark post something about this. Okay, let me just show you. Let me take you on a quick journey here to Tim from the Bulwark, because he posted something, okay, that was real problematic for me, guys. This was a couple days ago. Let me go back to it. I know I replied to it, but it was about a conspiracy theory that he said was developing that he thought was senseless. Okay? And there was something about the thing that like hit me and sort of triggered me a little bit was the reasoning being that there is a very good reason why people are adopting a conspiracy theory thought with this, why people aren't simply like letting this roll by without questioning. And let me find his comment. All right. Because he makes a pretty like straight up comment about like, hey man, why are we doing this conspiracy shit? All right. It's right. Dude, I tweet a lot, boss. Jesus. Where are you, Timmy? I know you're in here, Timmy. Dude, too many tweets. Hold on. I'm just going to search mine. I think medical. Right here. Okay, yeah. So here's what he put. Okay, so Tim Miller, first off, this Jesse Arm person said, in our last Manhattan Institute survey, we found that 46% of today's Dem coalition believes the Butler PA assassination attempt on Trump was orchestrated by his supporters to increase sympathy for him. Now, I don't think the way they word that, orchestrated by his supporters, it would be orchestrated by his people. But first off, the Manhattan Institute is a questionable entity. That is Chris Rufo's organization, the CRT DEI guy. So I wouldn't trust anything coming out of the Manhattan Institute for starters. But look at what Tim Miller says. He says, this is bad, and it's incumbent upon people with platforms to push back on it. We have rapid fire still photos of Trump grabbing his ear in Butler from the New York Times. A man died. Trump was treated by nurses at a hospital. All these people are in on the conspiracy, lunacy. No pro-democracy interest is served by living in unreality. But guys, there was no official medical report, and there was no press conference with the doctors who treated Trump, and we never saw photographs of his ear. Okay? In Butler. Nothing. Okay? What happened was Trump, whatever, they said he got shot. Then a while later, his personal physician, Ronnie Jackson, made a statement, and then he had his ear covered. And then like a week ago, or a week later, it was all gone. But there was, if you go back to like Kennedy being shot, you even go back to Reagan being shot, a medical examiner, like the doctor or the surgeon or the person at the hospital, would come out and have a news conference and say, I treated the president, or this is what happened. The president died. There was this type of wound. They always have a fucking press conference with the attending physician, right? Or the head of medicine at that hospital will come out and they will have an official medical report. And in the Butler assassination, there was no medical report. There was no press conference. You never talked to any of the nurses or doctors. You just got a statement on Twitter later from Ronnie Jackson. So there's a reason why everybody like didn't trust that shit. And that has been in line with everything that Trump has done. Okay, we never get full medical reports. We didn't get one with Charlie Kirk. They did the same shit with Charlie Kirk. They didn't have a guy come out. The doctor never came out and talked. You know what I'm saying? And so that shit is very bizarre. Okay? That behavior is bizarre. That shit does not add up, guys. There is something about it that doesn't add up. So the thing about this, when they say, oh, conspiracy, no pro-democracy interest is served by living in unreality, I disagree with this statement fundamentally, because the reason why there is unreality is because the Trump administration is consistently allowed to present these major events in a state of unreality. We don't demand the release of the medical reports. We didn't demand his fucking taxes, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are consistently in a state of having to take Trump's word for it when this guy is the biggest fucking liar on the planet. And then they release information that often conflicts and it doesn't make any sense. And then we are perpetually in a world of unreality all the time, where Trump just says, oh, this is what happened, and we're supposed to believe it and accept it as fact. And so this is not on us. Like Tim Miller saying, oh, we got to be better than this. And it's like, no, dude, we need to demand that the Trump administration operate with a level of transparency, a level of like just a baseline level of reality, that we're not sitting around taking his word for it with everything that happens. And they got rid of jobs numbers. They've removed economic data. They're doing this unreality in every facet of the corner, to the fact that now Trump is walking around being interviewed and saying inflation is down, prices are down, the economy is booming, the job market is blowing up. Meanwhile, people are like, dude, I can't get a fucking job and I can't even afford to pay rent this month. And Trump's like, no. Prices are down. The economy's doing great. And nobody's fucking pushing back on this shit. So I for one, am tired of living. I am tired of living in a constant state of unreality, where the reality being presented is being presented by the same people who told us that Alex Preddy pulled his gun on federal agents, and that told us that Renee Good used her car as a battering ram to drive over people. That shit is like, it's just not okay with me. Okay, this type of like dismissal from Tim Miller saying, hey, content creators, you gotta like cover for Trump here. It's like, no, I don't. I think we should be like forcing Trump to prove the shit that he says, because he is a known liar, guys. There is nobody on this planet that can tell me that is not a brainwashed cult member. Nobody outside of brainwashed cult members can stand here and tell me that Trump tells the truth. Okay? But base notes, Tim Miller is indirectly saying cover for Trump, because he is saying that it is incumbent upon people with platforms to push back on the conspiracy theories, because we have to be sensible. But it's like, the reason these conspiracy theories exist is because Trump's lack of transparency, his lack of following proper procedure and providing us with legitimate information. So it is not incumbent upon us to like sane wash Trump, okay, and quell conspiracy theories that are being created by the Trump admin not releasing any type of legitimate and monitorable information, okay? I mean, he's not saying, oh, you should cover for Trump, but if we push back on theories that are developing based on Trump not creating a sense of non-reality, if we push back on that, we are covering for him. We're essentially saying Trump's non-reality is something we should take at face value. And I disagree with that. I think like nothing Trump says should be taken at face value. Like everything that Trump says should be scrutinized and assumed to be a complete untruth until Trump proves very clearly otherwise. because everything that their admin and he has done for 10 years has been nothing but lies. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but lies and fakery. I mean, think about it. We never saw a medical report. We've not seen legitimate medical reports about what's going on with his hands. We don't have any information about his, right? They lied to us about his hands and said it was from taking aspirin and blood thinners and shaking hands. And every day his hands are like more scarred up. We have no idea what's going on. He does these like cancellations of press junkets. They won't let the fucking cameras within 100 feet of him. And he disappears for days on end and has these crazy tweet storms at like 6 a.m. And they've removed all of the data. Like the government data is like completely hackneyed now, right? And with the ear in particular with Butler, there was no press conference with any of the medical personnel. There was never an official medical record. There was never even a release of an official statement from a doctor with a name, like a doctor that a reporter could go talk to. There was never a reporter talking to the doctor who treated Trump. We never saw the ear, okay? We never saw any of that. All of it was just like, oh, it happened, and then there's Kotex on the ear, and then a couple weeks later, the ear is like magically grown back. I mean, to me, that's weird, guys. When Reagan, there were press conferences, there were doctors talking. It was like, you know, yeah, it just all got hush-hushed and just swept under the rug, man. Shit is bizarre, guys. Shit is bizarre, okay? Hold on one sec. You ready? Because look at this, guys. Look at this. So there were several medical press conferences following the 1981 assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. The primary medical spokesman was Dr. Dennis O'Leary, who was then the Dean of Clinical Affairs at George Washington Hospital. Okay? Dr. O'Leary held his first press conference shortly after the shooting. He provided updates from a podium in a hospital lecture hall crowded with microphones. A formal medical briefing was held the following day at 7:30 a.m. to update the White House staff and the public on the president's condition after surgery. Okay? And then they had post-surgery statements, including the doctors who participated in, right? So there were multiple medical like press conferences with doctors that were involved in this process that were telling the public about what happened. And the same with the Kennedy assassination, there was a doctor that came out and gave a complete report. Anytime there is like something like that, a shooting, something like that goes down, there's going to be like doctors. We didn't get this with Charlie Kirk either, guys. Charlie Kirk, they shrouded that shit in weird secrecy. No doctor, no official medical conference, right? You know what I mean? No, I don't know, guys. This is very bizarre. I have never seen this in my life where there's some type of major political figure that's involved in some type of violence and there's not a medical press conferences and official reports released talking about the care and the update. This was just the president was shot. Then he comes up with a bandage. His personal physician says, oh, this is what happened. and then off we go. And then a week later, that shit is like healed like a miracle. This is not normal. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Tim Miller here in this. And maybe Tim Miller is just worried about like, you know, maybe this is just a reaction to the Trump non-reality. And the only thing Tim can control is to try and encourage people to be better about quelling conspiracy theories. But guys, I think we need much heavier scrutinization of all of Trump's moves, all of Trump's, you know, everything that goes on. We have to assume that they're fucking lying, guys. You know what I'm saying? We have to assume that the Trump admin is just simply not telling the truth. We have never encountered a moment where those guys are telling the truth. But, all right, that being said, though, now it's time to dance, and it's time for me to go eat some food and to make some videos. We're going to bump Ken Martin till tomorrow. He's not going anywhere. Ken Martin getting ravaged. I can't wait to see that video, though. Dude, I have some issues with Ken Martin, okay? I do. I'm not going to lie. I have some issues with Ken Martin. I'm not sure about that guy. He's like, he seems a little slow, right? Dude, he does. He doesn't want conspiracies to eat us alive. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I get that he doesn't want conspiracies to eat us alive. But guys, if we don't demand a level of accountability from Donald Trump, like all we're going to have is conspiracies. Okay? I'm serious. You can't let a known degenerate liar create nothing but non-reality and then accept that at face value to the point of where there no longer is a truth. Like we have to, the only way to stop the conspiracy theories is to enforce Donald Trump to participate in an actual reality. Okay? And I do play Fortnite on Saturday, dude. And my kid is 21 years old now. Let's go. And I do have a new t-shirt coming. Ken clip won't be relevant the longer we wait. Yeah, that's true. But I've been looking at, like, I've been watching 𝗙cie 𝗿𝗍𝗪, and sometimes he puts shit out like 3 days later. I think we'll still be all right. Right? I don't think it needs to be relevant in that it does need to get covered, though. I think it's important. I think like, you know, I think addressing our party's internal struggles is going to be very important this year and leading up to 2028. It really is, guys, because I don't know how we're going to do it, but we need to come together. But I'm seeing a lot of people fight. It's not even just about the DNC, right? And I am seeing a lot of people, like, in my own timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in my own timeline, guys, I'm seeing a lot of people, like, I'm seeing factions of the people that follow me, like main figures, like people like, you know, Shannon Watts and you know, the IHIP ladies, people that, you know, support progressives and people that are, I think some of it is around the perception of like Hassan and Graham Plattner and some of these progressive, like aggressive figures are perceived as anti-Semitic by some staunchly, you know, whatever Christian Israel supporting mainstream Democrats. And that's not with everybody. Like it's really weird. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Brianna Wu, right? You remember how Brianna Wu was like so Israel that she just like was like, fuck everybody when the Israel shit went down, right? And all of a sudden you're like, whoa, Brianna Wu is more Israel than she is transgender rights. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, I'm seeing that shit that is weird where many of the like middle of the road Democrats are able to process the existence of our various factions in the Democratic Party, but some people are like ultra sensitive to like anybody who is aggressive. Any aggressive language towards the Israeli government gets that anti-Semitic tag, right? You know what I'm saying? And so like that is I'm seeing some middle of the road people. You ready for this? Here's my point. I found a way to say it shortly. You know how I am sometimes hard on leftists? Okay, I get hard on leftists who are aggressively like, I'm not voting for so-and-so, fuck this, right? You've seen it. I'm like, no, you need to fucking come around. Well, now I am seeing centrists that are being that way about the leftists, okay? Where now, instead of the leftists burning it down, I am seeing some centrists like saying like, we need to burn this down. And I'm not going to have that shit either. Like, they're not getting a pass, okay? They're going to get the same vitriol. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get the same vitriol that I have for the leftists that are divisive. The centrists are getting the same shit because we need to stick together. Like, I don't care. There's things I don't like about Graham Plattner, but if that motherfucker wins the primary, which we know he's going to, he's getting my full backing. Okay, if the people of Maine choose him, I'm getting in line behind that motherfucker, and there's going to be no questions asked there, right? Dude, yeah, I mean, it is like, it's getting wacky, dude. Wacky. What the fuck is wrong with Plattner? I mean, I don't know that there's anything wrong with him, but my personal issues with Plattner were twofold. Where one was the fact that he was a rich kid who went to a very like illustrious private school, and he did not present himself that way. He presented himself as like a lowly oyster fisherman when he is somebody who bought a fish, like an oyster farm, and he was from a very privileged upper class family. And I don't like people that pretend to be working class who are not. That was my personal thing. And that's a Tommy thing. And then the other thing about him was the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 shit and some of the other, I don't know, kind of racy shit that used to not be okay in our party, 6 years ago, and wouldn't be okay if a Republican did it, but now all of a sudden we're okay with it because it's a progressive. And so that to me was a little confusing. Like if there was a Republican candidate doing this same shit, we'd be burning them to the ground. But why are we accepting it in our own party? And so that to me was a little bit of like a little worrisome for me because I'm like, why are we making these exceptions? And you know what I'm saying? Your issues with Plattner would be all his talking points, past behavior. Yeah, no, I know there is some like guys, there is the America Firsters are trying to gut the MAGA shit. And so like, we don't want a Groyper mole like becoming like a flagstone of our party. But again, we're going to see if he wins the primary, I'm backing it. But I just didn't like the double standard. And it's not about Graham Plattner. My issues are about like, why are we having a different standard now? Because if Plattner can apologize for a 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and other shit, then other candidates, like when other people do that, they should get that same benefit, right? That to me, it's like, it just seemed like a weird, like we were changing our ways because he was claiming to have a certain party platform, right? Erika Kirk stepped down, did she? No. No, she did not. Dude. All right. But you know what I mean? He's been on America Firster shows on YouTube. Yeah, but I mean, being on America First shows and like, it depends on if you're on them and being like, I love you guys. You're doing great. I mean, that to me, that would be problematic. But I think, though, you know, if you're going into politics, you should be able to go on all shows, right? You should, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like I would go onto an America First show. I would be very critical of them and maybe perceived as combative, but I would go on it. I would go fucking like shit on those guys, you know? But so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is some, I personally, guys, I think, you ready? I think the Groypers want to find a way into the Democratic Party, okay? And you know why? Because our party is actually capable, okay? They're realizing that the Groypers and the America Firsters are realizing that the Republicans are incompetent and can't govern. And the other major party with the infrastructure and the power that are actually capable and can get shit done are the Democratic Party. So if they need a new home, they're going to try to get into our party. And the fact that the original Democrats way back when were America Firsters, the next wave of politics in America could be trying to reverse 1964 when we have the party switch. I'm telling you, I can see this, guys. We had this major party defection when America First lost with the civil rights movement in 1964, and they all defected into the Republican Party. Now the Republican Party is both incompetent and has been destroyed by Trump. So if we're in a place where people could unite around the Israel shit, and those America Firsters could like try to take over the Dem Party and do it through pretending to be progressives. Like, I mean, it could happen. It happened in 1964. It could happen again I mean, we're coming up on 100 years, 2064. That could be the next thing where they try to like flip the parties again. So I think we need to be like judiciously aware of what these America Firsters are doing. They're even wearing blue hats now, and like Nick Fuentes doing that shit, vote for the Democrats. Like, we got to be careful. Okay, we do. We have to be careful that we don't let our party slip to fucking shitheads. Okay, that's my point. But now I'm gonna go make some videos. Right? Let's get it. And dance party. That the best kind of party. But I mean, and yeah, no, Joseph, it was not an instant flip in 1964. It was like a slow infiltration. Okay. And what had happened was it happened after the like McCarthyism, right? And after some financial hardship and sort of an idyllic phase. And then it was like a slow creep. Right? It was like a, I don't know, like a 25-year happening that like trickled through. And, it is something that we do, we have to be aware of. And I mean, guys, what I've noticed is like even tonight, we look at like Ashley St. Clair, you have like some of these influencers that are defecting. And like, I don't know, dude. It just feels weird. It feels like there are factions of the left that, and some people that are more even in the middle of the left that want to revamp the Dem Party. But the problem is like parties can get hijacked like all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And we're kind of seeing it with Tucker Carlson and Anna and Cenk, where it looks like Anna and Cenk are going to be hailing Tucker Carlson maybe in 2028, but they're going to be hailing him from the left, right? Which is like weird. Like there's some weird shit going on. And you have, you know, there's some weird shit that as they dismantle MAGA, they might try to like come and sneak our party out from under us. Right? Oh shit, boss. We got to be vigilant. Oh shit, bro. Stretch. The enemy of my enemy is not always my friend. Oh. Right? It's like, you know, a 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 is okay today, right? And fucking, you know, whatever, do Volt is okay tomorrow, right? You know what I mean? Like we have 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 today, maybe we have infidel tattoos tomorrow, bro. I don't know, dude, right? You know? Oh shit, bro. I think it stems from the fact that the Republicans are incompetent. So any faction, guys, you ready? Any faction that wants to really influence America and make shit happen has to go through the Democratic Party. I think even the Groypers and America Firsters are realizing that the Republican Party is never going to be able to exercise power because they're all incompetent jackholes, dude. They are. They're too junked out on like religion and sniffing their own farts, boss. You know? They're incapable. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's get it. I gotta go. I could talk all night, but I can't. I gotta go make some videos. Here we go. Here we go. A little deja vu. Oh. Holy shit, I'm out of breath. Woo! Let's go! All right, guys! I'm gonna go make some videos. I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Anything like I need you, it's over. See you tomorrow. Anything like I need